Hello, and welcome to our discussion on the flipped classroom concept. My name is Nikki Robertson. I am a school librarian at Auburn High School. I've been teaching for 20 years, have 5 years experience in the classroom teaching 5th and 6th grades, 8 years as an elementary school librarian, 7 years at a high school librarian, a former ASLA board member. I moderate my local state organization's Twitter chat session, the Alabama School Library Association. I've been an AEA representative, AETC presenter, Georgia Educational Technology Conference presenter. I frequently participate in EdChat, mother of twin daughters, and of course my pride and joy is my grandson. Let's get started with Flipped Classroom. Flipped Classroom is turning traditional education on its head. So let's take a look and see what exactly is a flipped classroom. In a traditional classroom, the teacher's role is sage on stage. It's very teacher focused. But as you know, the focus in education is changing, and our educational methods need to be more student centered. And that's exactly what the flipped classroom does, is it changes the teacher's role to the guide on the side. How did it come to be? Well, there's always been lots of models of flipped classroom around. If you want to consider something like Sesame Street when I was growing up as an educational video that I watched and learned from. But what we're talking about currently was started by two teachers, Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams at Woodland Park High School in Colorado, and they decided to start recording their PowerPoint presentations. This is so that they could help students who had missed class for illnesses or whatever not miss out on their lectures and then be behind. And it spread from there, for teachers began using online videos. So let's take a look at Jonathan Bergman and Aaron Sams' classroom and how they did the flipped classroom concept.
I'm Aaron Sams, and I teach science here at Woodland Park High School. My ultimate goal, I guess, as a teacher is to help students become learners who can learn for themselves and by themselves. One of the problems that I was guilty of even prior to flipping my classroom around was the classroom was centered around me. I told them exactly what to learn, how to learn it, what assignments to do to learn it, and when to learn it, and how to prove to me that they learned it. I don't do that anymore. We changed the place in which content is delivered. Instead of standing in front of a class and delivering, here's how you do this type of problem, here's how this works, I deliver that direct instruction now asynchronously at home. Numbers. I'm Aaron Sams, and I teach science here at Woodland Park High School. My ultimate goal, I guess, as a teacher is to help students become learners who can learn for themselves and by themselves. One of the problems that I was guilty of even prior to flipping my classroom around was the classroom was centered around me. I told them exactly what to learn, how to learn it, what assignments to do to learn it, and when to learn it, and how to prove to me that they learned it. I don't do that anymore. We changed the place in which content is delivered. Instead of standing in front of a class and delivering, here's how you do this type of problem, here's how this works, I deliver that direct instruction now asynchronously at home through these videos that we make with Camtasia Studio. Times till whole.
Oh, we didn't do that last time.
The last step, they were already whole numbers. We had 1, 1, and 4. Here we don't have a whole number. So here's a few little tricks when you need to multiply by whole numbers. If one of your numbers ends in 0.5, you're going to multiply by 2.
Something 0.5 times it by 2.
Right.
Okay, write this down, guys.
Yes. If something ends in 0.3 or 0.33 or 0.66, you multiply by 3. When the kids come to class, they don't show up to learn new stuff. They show up to apply the things that they learn at home and to ask me questions about the things they learned at home. So now they can have my lesson, if you will, what I would normally have stood up and lectured to them in class with some added features. They get that at home. Then what they were expected to do for homework is now what they do in my class. life is different for me because I no longer am the guy who stands up in the front of the classroom and just yaks at a student for an hour or however long the class is. Now I walk around the class and I help kids. I'm a tutor, I'm a guide, I'm the putter-outer of fires, whatever it happens to be. In my crazy chemistry class, I walk around and do that. I don't stand up front and teach. Just be kind of a traditional model. I'm Aaron Sams. I'm a teacher. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. And I love Camtasia Studio.
Alright, so what's driving this? You know, when Aaron Sams and Jonathan Bergman started this in 2007 and it just caught on like wildfire, why did it catch on? So let's take a look. Part of the reason is the graduation rate. Only about an average of 69 students who started high school finished 4 years later. And then the dropout rate. 1.3 million students a year dropping out. Something had to change. Okay? So let's look at some results from Clintondale High School near Detroit, who employed the flipped classroom model and had great success. So their teachers created 3 videos a week. Students watched the 5 to 7 minute videos at home or in school if they didn't have internet access at home. And then class time was spent doing labs or interactive activities to illustrate concepts. The students got instant feedback from teachers because the teachers had more time to help and explain difficult concepts. The students didn't get frustrated because they weren't at home trying to work out problems that they didn't fully understand. They were actually in the classroom and could ask questions after having watched the video, writing down their questions they had as they watched the video, and then going over those with the teachers in class. And teachers would continue to revisit concepts that students didn't understand when they watched the videos. And then teachers were supportive in the classroom as students applied the concepts they were learning. Now, I know that first sentence, teachers created 3 videos a week, makes some teachers go, oh my goodness, where are these teachers finding the time to make 3 videos a week? And I understand. If you are a parent and you have children and you have after-school sports or dance or church or whatever it is you have going on, the last thing you need to do is have to make 3 videos or more a week for your classes on your own time. But don't worry, because we have alternatives to you making your own videos, such as Khan Academy.
The Khan Academy is most known for what's now about 1,000 videos on YouTube. It starts literally at 1 + 1 = 2, and it goes all the way up to the college level, calculus and physics. Everything is in these very short, encapsulated videos, one concept at a time. My cousin Nadia was visiting me from New Orleans when I was in Boston, and she was having trouble with math. She was in 6th grade at the time. I agreed to do this remote tutoring with her, so I started putting up videos on YouTube. And before I knew it, random people all over the world started watching them and sending me letters and testimonials, and I started getting excited about it, and I just kept going.
I think I've learned more about math in the past 3 weeks than I had in all 4 years of my high school studies.
When you watch them, you just comprehend everything, you just get it.
I ended up passing a whole bunch of tests from his videos.
One thing that kind of shocked me, I get a lot of letters from the Middle East, I get a lot of letters from Latin America, Ethiopia, Uganda. It's really reached far more students than I could have ever imagined. Right now there are about 1,000 videos. I started recording them about 3 years ago. Now I'm doing it full time. I'm hoping to be able to put out a couple hundred videos a year. I see a world where literally anyone with access to a computer and the internet will be able to go to the Khan Academy and get a world-class education. It will be the world's free virtual school.
So we are really very blessed in the United States to have a free educational system. But that's not always available to everyone around the world, and Khan Academy is a great alternative. So let's take a look at Khan Academy. This is the Khan Academy website, and I really like it a lot because students can not only watch videos, but there's also practice exercises that students can do within the Khan Academy. And the number of subjects is amazing that it covers. Our students really like Khan Academy and get very excited about Khan Academy and knowing that there are videos there that can help them if there was a concept they didn't quite grasp in the classroom. So I think we got ahead just a bit. Alright. Now, Khan Academy is not the only place out there where you can get videos. There's Math TV, Brightstorm, GCFLearnFree.org, Watch No Learn, Snag Learning, has great films, Discovery Education, again, great films, and my favorite, TED Talks. So those all have links if you'd like to go back at a later time after this presentation and take a look at those. Please feel free to. I think they're all well worthwhile sites that you can incorporate into your flipped classroom. The results for this high school were amazing. Before the flip, 50% of freshmen failed English and 44% of freshmen failed math. And they had 736 discipline cases just in one semester. After the school adopted the flipped classroom method, only 19% of freshmen failed English and only 13% of freshmen failed math. And the number of discipline cases in one semester dropped to just 249 from 736. And I think that's simply the discipline cases. The students stopped feeling frustrated, stopped feeling stupid in class, and stopped acting out to take away from the fact that they didn't know what was going on and didn't want to look stupid in the classroom. But again, that's my personal opinion of why that dropped.